Okay, everybody. So really quick, I know that there's probably some people that are going to want to see some size comparisons and that side of it. Unfortunately, because this is a prototype and I do only have it on loan for a couple days, I really don't have too much time to dive into a really deep comparison here. But I thought I would bring out some contemporaries that, of course, people would want to see this paired next to. I think, of course, everybody wants to see this next to the Ginuault Ocean Rover. As you can see, this is definitely more on the luxurious side as far as the finish, the fit, everything. I mean, this isn't really the silver Archetype 1 isn't trying to really be what this is. The Ginuault is definitely meant to be more of a real Rolex clone with just kind of a vintage aesthetic sprinkled on top. Versus here, you really have that more purpose-built look and design, and you can see although on paper the specs are only slightly smaller, you can see visually the visual weight is definitely much more compact. So go ahead and take a look at the profiles as well. All right, so just very quickly, that's those two side by side. Now, as far as kind of on the more bargain side, you do have the Tisell Submersible, which is going to be, of course, it's definitely not trying to be a Milsub, but it does have that, brushed ceramic insert, similar domed sapphire there, similar Miyota movement. Believe that's the 90 OS. In this model, and then we do have, of course, the 9039 here in the silver. So they're both going to be basically a variant of the 9015, just without the date function. So I thought you guys might want to see these two kind of next to each other. And as you can see, they definitely have a similar aesthetic to them, although the execution is really quite different. The finishing is much nicer on the silver. Not to say that the Tisell is really a big slouch, but honestly, it spends. I think a lot of the execution. It's a little. I'd say it's inconsistent because you have such a great dial and bezel insert, and then I feel like the case just falls a bit short. But for the price point. It's definitely a little bit closer. And of course, I don't have this on the bracelet because honestly, the bracelet is not good. Basically a throwaway bracelet, which is not the case with the silver Archetype 1 here. And then I thought, just for fun, I'd also bring in the Manchester Watchworks brethren in the Beluga, which I can really consider kind of a modern Milsub. In the way that it approaches its design and the way how everything is really ultra legible, ultra simple as well. And as you can see, I just really want to get these side by side. One, because I really love this Beluga so much. And I really hope that people can kind of understand what I mean now when I say that this is kind of a modern Milsub. And then here, I thought it was really nice to see that real beginning DNA, really what started off kind of the whole Milsub craze, and maybe even is responsible for a large part of just the vintage diver market right now, as far as the reissues that are going, and a lot of the micro brands and kind of their design aesthetic. So as you can see, again, it's weird because on paper you would think actually the Beluga is much, much larger, but because of the design aspect with the smaller dial and whatnot, it actually wears its size much better there, which is strange because a watch that was much closer in spec as far as size goes, the Ginuault appeared much, much larger next to it versus the Beluga, which actually looks a little bit more similarly sized there, which is very interesting. So with that said, I don't want this to be too long. This is just a quick little comparison, little add-on to the segment there, because I know people are going to want to kind of have seen these next to each other all lined up. and beautiful. So go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.